Let's talk some toys in here. Yo, what's everyone doing today at YouTube? It's a man child. Alright, so up next in my PowerCon exclusives review, the Origins. We have here the Master Universe Origins, the Castle Grayskull accessory set. I know a lot of people were really excited to get this. This was a pretty hot item. I already did the review on the Horde 4-pack, so you can go check that out on my channel if you haven't. Yeah, that box art, the figures alone were incredible. And here we go. This is just another, yep, no one added to the list. Box art, yeah, just awesome. Now, everything's in a 3D type print. You just put, what I can feel here. Everything's like kind of popping out. The little rivets, the creatures, just the art, the colors, just unreal. It's got like hinges. So it's almost like a grate, right? So yeah, open the grate up. Check that out. Really wild. Everything looks really, really good. Even better than what I've seen in the pics. So yeah, that's kind of the front, right? Let's we'll flip it around to the back. All right, now here's the back. Yeah, it kind of gives a little explanation on the they call him Explorer spacesuit or the ancient cosmic armor. Now there's a little backstory to that. When we get him out, I'll explain it from my understanding. Yeah, the mysterious creature from the Dwell of Souls. That too. The Dwell of Souls was like an interdimensional porthole that supposedly is under Castle Grayskull, and that's what this grate's about. It's kind of like these interdimensional monsters or beings trying to come through. There's a whole backstory to that too, but that's pretty cool. And then, of course, the Spirit of Grayskull that was seen in some of the comic books. All right, one last peek. So let's gonna get this stuff out of package, and we're gonna check them out. Another point too, it also comes in the mail. I do it backwards, right? So do the mailer first, and but I already took it out just to make sure things are right. All right, so I got the little pieces out of the box. Box is super collector friendly. I'm liking that. I'm seeing that with a lot of this PowerCon stuff is. So we have the Castle Grayskull Dungeon Grate monster, or just a Dungeon Grate. Yeah, as we know, this was a sticker, one of the coolest stickers that we have seen in MOTU. So it was in the vintage Castle Grayskull. I believe the Origins also has a sticker, which I don't have that. I have the Classics, and the Classics has a sticker. Now this seems like a design to snap into your Origins, but I'll test it out with my Classics Castle Grayskull, right? Who cares what you put it in? That's the whole idea. So the backstory to this grate a little bit in the monsters was pretty much the original vintage Castle Grayskull was supposed to have a placemat that was going to sit under it. And I think they call it it was the Dwell of Souls. And it was like, it sat on top. So it was like that interdimensional porthole that was like kind of under Castle Grayskull. And that's kind of where these monsters were coming from. So like this tentacle monster gave, little hands and stuff you see in the sticker. And it was just more stuff to like fight He-Man and maybe add like for characters or monsters or storyline for the vintage toy line or Filmation cartoon of the day. And, obviously it ended. But that's kind of like the backstory that I know a little bit. The whole point of the Dungeon Grate and why monsters are coming out of it. Anyway, so yeah, they did a good job on it. You got the giant tentacle with the eye. Now, it would be cool. What you can customize this. I might even do that. I might add some of my own creatures and stuff. Why not? And snap them in. You can do whatever you want. That's what I like about it. But, yeah, it looks good. So let's bring it in for a closer look. All right, so we're a close-up look. Got the, all sculpted. Just kind of painted in a flat. Actually, it's not even, I don't even think it's painted. It's just what's the plastic's molded in. Now, this is hard, the giant tentacle itself here. But then up here, it seems like, it's pressing with a pin. This is rubber. This all goes as rubber, so it's kind of flexible. That's pretty cool. So is these little ends here. Well, yeah, it's all rubber all the way up to here. So this is hard plastic, and that's all rubber, okay? Yeah, it's got the eye paint in there. It's kind of actually on one side. Now the Dungeon Grate, okay, it kind of flips on a hinge. All right, flips open like so. Pretty cool. Like I said, you can, customize, put little creatures and whatnot. Now, yeah, it seems to me, again, I don't have the Origins Castle Grayskull, but I guess that's going to clip down to the bottom and going to make up where the dungeon sticker would be, or outside of it, maybe under that little hatch that would normally fall, kind of like in a vintage, and the guy would fall from on top of the sticker where all the monsters are. Now, so this pretty much just kind of pops out like that. Okay, it opens up. That's what it looks like. It's the bottom. I showed you that. Yeah, that's it. And it just kind of snaps right into the grate, or this way. Sorry. Either way, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's all detail if you look at a close up. This thing too, it's just all rubber curly. There's no bendy wire or nothing like that in it. That would be cool, but Yeah, for what it is. Pretty neat. All right, so another cool accessory we got. I don't think we've ever seen before. Maybe some customs out there is the Spirit of Grayskull. So pretty much this first appeared in like the Wave 1 mini comics. It was like a skull-shaped cloud that emerged from Grayskull, and it kind of spoke to the heroic warriors as this chilling voice of, like, you know, Castle Grayskull itself. I think in the second mini comic, the Spirit kind of hands the honor to Tila, obviously because she's supposed to be the next sorceress, and explains to her how only whoever found both half of the power source can claim the throne and the secrets of the universe and all that kind of stuff. And Skeletor was always over listening, and there's this whole backstory to that. But that's kind of what the whole backstory to the Spirit of Grayskull is. But really cool. So yeah, let's bring it for a closer look. So yeah, it's very similar to that tentacle with the dungeon grate. Now it's kind of a harder plastic here. It's hollow inside. All right, goes all the way down here. Has this nice base. It looks like kind of somewhat like the drawbridge a little bit. Reminds me of Castle Grayskull. Obviously has a lot of features reminiscent to that. Yeah, look at just the skull eyes in there, the little mouth almost, a nose. And these are rubber, these little tentacles in the air. The smoke, excess smoke that's kind of branching off from the cloud. But that's really cool. That's a pretty neat accessory. Nice size too. Now it doesn't glow in the dark. I wish it would, but I'll show you something in a second. The reason why I brought that up, but I like that. It's spooky. It's just different. Never seen anything like that. So there's a back right underneath. And all right, looks like there's a little peg for the top. Now that's probably going to pop and maybe where the flag. I don't know with the origins, but yeah, wherever there's a peg for the gun or the flag, I guess that would lock in. Or you could just stand it. It stands fine on its own too. But let me bring something else and I'll show you that's out there too. I think it's pretty cool. Now somebody on eBay is making these. I bought this. This is not as in-depth as this one, but it's kind of neat in itself. This is a 3D printed Spirit of Grayskull, but this one is kind of glow in the dark. It's pretty neat. So check this out. So yeah, that's kind of cool. It's like it glows in the dark. It's creepy. I like that. Really nice. It has a good base. Same thing. And working on any castle. And you know, it would have been cool if this one did the same. But you see, there's no glow effect. So yeah, I just wanted to show that. It's out there. I think I paid $16 on eBay. It's another option, but all right. I thought that'd be interesting. All right, for fun little comparison for two Spirits of Grayskull. It's kind of those two together. So yeah, two different options out there. 3D printed ones and the one that comes with the set. So otherwise, I really like this. This is really cool. All right, so the final accessory is, yeah, I think something a lot of people are excited for and really different we've never seen before is the infamous... they call him like Jetpack Man, or I call him a Spacesuit Man, or just the spacesuit. Now so basically the origins that the box it comes in, they call it the Explorer Spacesuit, or it's the Ancient Cosmic Armored. Now so we know this was a vintage sticker, obviously, in the Castle Grayskull we grew up with. I don't know if the origins, maybe it's a sticker too. I don't have that. Again, in the classics, they actually made a half a spacesuit guy, which I'll compare. But it's not articulated, and they didn't have enough money for tooling again, like the Grate. When the Classics line came out, they actually, when it goes back into some of the comic books later on, that it basically was its own character, and I think his name was Jetpack, they introduced. And again, they wanted to make their own figure of him, and they never got to it. But from my understanding, the more shorter end of the story, if you want to call it that, was that the Trollans basically built this suit. And the Trollans obviously are from Orko's, planet. And they put in Castle Grayskull more or less. It was a specialized armor. And it could be used both for humans and Trollans to defend the castle from evil. So that's what that suit was. So you can look at it from different interpretations. Either a spacesuit guy or it's just a suit of armored. And, use your imagination. That's my knowledge of it. But yeah, pretty cool. All right. So, yeah, just for the most part, I think the legs maybe too. Everything looks almost like all new tooling. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. He did a lot of work in this guy. But check. So this is the helmeted head. Yeah, or right, left to right and goes. Even with the hose, that's a rubber hose, and that pops out like so. Okay, but spin left to right, up and down. Now I don't know. It's got this little piece here. Yeah, really good. The orange visor. Obviously, that doesn't flip up. Watching the comics, it was supposed to flip up. It's supposed to be human in there. But I don't know. Okay. Pops off on a ball peg. So you can put a regular head on this or put this on another body. All right. The customization with these origins is great. So it's excellent with this line. I don't know. Okay. Pops right back on. Yeah, he's got this. He had a little chest, I guess, with a breathing apparatus. Pop that back in there like so. Yeah, got all this armored on. You know, a little tank. That's looks like it's sculpted on the back. That's rubber. So as far as the arms, all right, go up and down. Even with the shoulder armor, and that looks like it's okay. It's all in. All right, we'll take it off in a second. But yeah, okay. So that is kind of flexible, but you got your arms and go back for all the deal. Elbow, hands, left, in and out. That's pretty cool. So it's got a good range of flexibility for all the armor, both sides. Oh, now there was a little weapon there. You seen it fell out, but same thing, up, down, okay, into the chest, down. All right, and this is just a little, yeah, it looks like it could be a laser blaster or a rocket, but that kind of pops into his arm. So we'll put that back on, check that out. All right, yeah, it just pops in like that. Mine fell out, obviously, but yeah, pretty cool. So he's got like a little blaster. It's okay, so back to the articulation, we got the waist. Yeah, really good paint. Everything is so much paint detail in this. That's what's really cool. Yeah, mine's got a little chip there, of course. Legs go all the way out. Really good articulation there. Knees, all right, same thing. This spins. Everything typical at the Origins. Feet, all right. It's the back of the legs. Back, but yeah, really, really cool. I'm really liking this figure. Now, seems to me, so let's get the arms up a little bit. We pop the head off. We know the breathing apparatus separates. Yep, 2 snaps here, typical with the Origins. So let me try to get the armor off. We'll see what it looks like under that. All right, so we popped the armor off. Yep, just typical buck, nothing special. Painted yellow, peg. In order to do it, I had to pop the head back off. And then this is the armor piece. Yeah, that's it. Just typical, something like Hordak or just 2 snaps, and it goes over the head and snaps on. Pretty neat. All right, for fun, I thought too, I just switched some heads out, just see what He-Man and maybe Skeletor's head would look like without the helmet on. Event you want to make it a yeah, the guy He-Man or Skeletor or somebody in a suit. So that's kind of the that's the head from the Battlefield Warriors 2-pack, I think, the spare one. So that's kind of He-Man. Looks good, right? It articulates well. And the hose, obviously, you can't pull it out of here. Maybe you can, but it's glued. I'd leave it. You just push it off the side or tuck it in there or something. But yeah, it's kind of He-Man's head. All right, we got Skeletor's head. That was the spare head from the Keldor 2-pack. Right, so the suit's a special armored suit. Could be, I guess, evil and get in Castle Grayskull and steal it. So that works well too. Good articulation for the most part. I like it. And one more for fun. What's really cool is the Revelations. Now, Revelations share the same pegs for the most part. I found a couple that don't, but yeah, as the Origins. Now the classics don't. They're different peg. But this was the spare Faker head that came with the Revelations Faker with the cybernetic battle damage on one side. That looks really good on that. Check that out. Yeah, it matches all the metal and stuff. I like that. Good articulation. Looks good on it. All right, so I popped the armor back on the Spacesuit Man. And yeah, it's kind of the 3 accessories just for comparison size together. Pretty cool. And yeah, I think they're great. Really cool. What a nice set. But let's go over to Classics Castle Grayskull and just, I don't know, play around, see what they look like on it. All right, so this is kind of the back of my Classics Castle Grayskull. Now, I never even set the whole thing up. There's some pieces missing in there. I put them away. I just put the one floor, but I think that's all we need for the dungeon grate. Kind of pan over there. I got, yeah, it usually goes the other way. Get the light away, sorry. Yeah, I use all my Origins. You see the Sorcerer up there. I've showed this before. I got the Talon Fighter. Spin over here. I got my Snake Mountain set up. I've showed this on my tours. That's the also Classics. Yeah, really big. Too much stuff in the way. All right, so I got my dungeon or my dungeon creature, or what the sticker would kind of, yeah, on this floor plate. But you can see here if I move that up. So normally, right, the chair would move, and it works in the Classics. The draw, the trap door would fall, and then you would fall. The sticker would be somewhere in here. Get that out of the way. Okay, like so. But obviously, that's not going to work under there without taking this out. So kind of doesn't, I guess you fit it up like that. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, I guess once like there's nothing there, the guy and then the creature goes up and grab you. But yeah, I guess with the Classic, so it looks cool. It matches the color anyway, close, right? Like any of the Castle Grayskull, just the typical iconic colors they have. But yeah, that's the best you can really do with it. So I guess if I pop this off, and you put some smaller creatures on, I can fit it in there. Now I'm assuming with the Origins, it probably pops and snaps, but yeah, that's kind of what it looks like in the, with the Classics anyways. Yeah, I even just took the floor plate out and just kind of, I don't know. There's a dungeon door that opens, but yeah, it's messing around with it. It's the best you can do. All right, so inside the classics, this is the, see what I mean? So he actually gave you a full sculpted instead of a sticker, which is really cool, but he kind of sits on pegs, and he just, yeah, more or less, he's not articulate. So let's bring him in for a closer look. All right, so yeah, really nice sculpt, but it's not articulated. See that? It's just like a half a, yeah, just kind of a half a mold. That's about it. But they do give you that. Ah, that's better. All right, we've got a three-dimensional spacesuit or character now instead of a sticker or half a guy, half a guy. Yeah, I like that. But you can just kind of sit him in the corner. It could be its own thing. Or sit in a chair where the sorcerer should sit, or He-Man, and yeah, be in control, be in charge. I like it. And he can ride the elevator down too. You can sit. There's little pins in here, but his feet get stuck. But I don't know how the origins. This is kind of how the classics guy goes. So see if he fits through there. Okay, bye. So, all right, that works too. All right, we got our Spirit of Grayskull. So obviously I got on the inside. I think from the images in the comics, it was obviously in the face of the castle. In the castle, the Talon Fighter wasn't on. It's the way it appeared, but yeah, you get the point. So that's kind of from this side. I got the Sorceress next to it for scale. So pretty creepy. Cool. I like it. All right, so I close the castle up. So obviously the front, He-Man, Roboto down there, Origins, and Talon Fighter, and there it is over there. So yeah, kind of something like the comic book. Again, I think it was over that side in the comic books, but whatever. I got Clamp Jam high. I mean, even got Cal, little classics Cal background, Stratos high. But yeah, that's it. It looks cool. Really cool in the classics, but I can't imagine with the Origins because of how it's, you know, obviously Origins smallness, but it really looked like more menacing, I think, the size on the Origins. And I wanted to get the Origins. I just don't, you know, the classics is just, I think that's better. But the Origins is cool too. I just don't have room for that. I kind of wish I would have. It would have just a scale would have been cool. Maybe set up next to this or something. But yeah, really cool accessory. I like it. All right, so the end of the review here. Yeah, overall, if you were able to get this on the PowerCon or Mattel Creations for the $35 or whatever, I think $40, whatever it was, you know, hey, kudos to you. You should be, you know, hopefully getting them soon. Just starting to ship out now. I explained in my last video about the C shipping container mess, why these exclusives were held up for many, many weeks. You know, for what you're getting, I mean, that spacesuit guy itself is just, we've never seen anything like that. Awesome. So happy to have that. The great monster, the Grayskull. I kind of wish it would have came with more monsters and stuff. But yeah, you can put little creature. You see what I got in the background, my Halloween setup. You can put stuff like that in there, the small things, and customize it. So, you know, it's cool for what it is. And the Spirit of Grayskull, that in itself is just really awesome. Would have been cool if it glow in the dark, like the other one I showed you, the 3D printed one. But for what it's, the color, what it's trying to do, and you get some light on it or something, I like that better. Maybe they will have it. You know, they already have the tooling for this. So maybe I have a feeling they might have, you never know. They might come out with a glow-in-the-dark one, too. You don't know. With the Origins, you can see that happening. Why not, you know? But, yeah, I'm pretty happy with them. Yeah, so I missed the first boat of these. I had to buy them secondary on eBay and pay just that extra markup. Wasn't too crazy what I paid, believe it or not. So I bring it up because if you didn't get these sets, there are people selling these out there for $100+ I know that's a lot of money, but who knows if they're ever going to recreate this stuff. And we've never seen this before for our Castle Grayskull sets, and you've seen it work for your classics, your vintage, your Origins, your 2000X. I think it's an awesome set. If you can get it between $40 and $100+, I think it's worth it. You know, and it's customizable. So yeah, I hope that helps, answers all your questions. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your subscriptions. You have any comments? You know, yeah, I'll get back to you in a day. And I hope everybody's doing well. And until next time, take care.